Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you and you and you and you and you and you and you. Fiona Reed's hot flushes are so bad this morning. Fiona, check out my video on here about HRT and about the menopause. Because there are other solutions as well if you can't take HRT, but make sure that you can't take HRT because lots of doctors will tell you can't, and you might be able to. Also check out the Menopause Doctor website for help.
Okay, birthdays and welcomes we will do at the end. So Mayboo, absolutely, 23-year-old. Is it your son?
Harry.
23-year-old. It doesn't say if it's your son or not, but 23-year-old
To my
Harry.
23-year-old
Oh, right,
Harry.
there you go.
Yeah. So happy birthday, Harry, and we will sing you happy birthday at the end. Welcome to anybody that might have just come over from Instagram.
Give us a wave.
This is what I was talking about. This is our little community here where either every morning and not, if we don't do it in the morning, coffee moaning, we do wine, as in WHINE, o'clock in the evening. But almost every day of the week, we do a live. Sometimes we don't, and that's because we're just overwhelmed with other stuff we've got to do, and 99% of you are very understanding about that, so thank you.
And we always notify. Rachel S, hello. Diane Wilkinson, hello.
Hello, Rachel. Hello, Diane.
Morning, Mark and
Yeah,
Nadia,
if it's
suffering
your-
after a hen do last night. Blimey, Kylie.
Ooh.
You're going to be on top of hangovers then, aren't you?
So yeah, if this is your very first time to the channel, please do lots of hand waving emojis so we can shout your name out. Oh, there you go. Love Photography, Newborn Photography Channel. Just joined us over on Instagram. Welcome. Morning.
That's nice.
Welcome. Love Photography, Newborn Photography Channel, everybody.
Yeah. Why don't we call you Lumpka?
Lumpka.
I woke up and can hardly move after deciding to paint my bedroom yesterday, Pam PMS 76. Nothing worse than getting those aches and pains. Like, if you look at Green Figured Hell, when I filled the skip, felt so strong, felt like Joe Wicks, and then the next day I was shambling and shuffling around like an idiot.
Do you know, it genuinely is a really good idea when you do anything like that. Just that night when you're watching telly, just stretch out. It makes such a difference.
Oh yeah, having sex really helps on
Yeah,
the
that-
same day.
that can
on the
help.
same day. Because of course you can't for days afterwards. How is everyone this morning? How are you all? It's a busy morning for us, but busy in a different way to the way it normally is, because of course we're normally sort of rapidly shooting and editing stuff, which instead we thought we'd just do it live.
Yeah, we want to do the No Name Son. Oh, is that Jordan? That's a new person. Hi, Jordan. Welcome.
Jordan Miles. Hi, Jordan.
So there's quite a few people that are here for the first time, so I can see. So I was just kind of briefly telling them over on Instagram. So, oh, Karen, you've got a cough. Sorry, this bloody cold is so horrible everyone's had, isn't it? Apparently it's no worse than any other cold. It's just because our immune systems are down. That's why it's
User one's got it too.
Yeah, I mean, God,
Russ
everyone's had it.
Everyone's got it. Sorry if we gave it to you, because I know we've been quite close to the camera.
Well, just on that, just a quick thing that's quite interesting. A friend of mine who was talking to a scientist the other day, I can't remember whether I told you this, guys. The lateral flow tests really were created, designed to pick up non-symptomatic COVID. And apparently, when you have any kind of symptom, you should get a PCR because the lateral flow might not pick it up once you've got symptoms. So that's why you do hear people going, oh, I had a negative lateral flow, I don't know what's wrong. I did a PCR and I was positive, apparently that's why.
Wow.
Just a little note there, symptoms, PCR test.
If you're lucky, I may well stumble across a razor that one of the girls haven't used in the house in order to have a shave later today. But
We are
I
having
had
a lot of
20.
rows about razors.
I had 20 and they've vanished.
So yeah, sorry, I was explaining then because lots of new people have come over. See new people, Erin Bullymore, she's a guest. You see that green box that comes up. So we've got the main channel here where we do these lives, where we do gardening, mental health films, movie reviews, TV reviews. I'm doing a 16/8 fasting series of films.
Showbiz, when there's showbiz.
Showbiz, TV reactions, trailer reactions, do loads and loads on this main channel. So it will really serve you well. But if you want to become a member of the family guest area, that's just under 50 pence a week. Somebody worked out the other day, it's about 47p.
37p or something.
And so there we do extra content. And every Sunday, we do an hour to an hour and a half telly-worthy programme. I mean, it really is. You know, it's beautifully shot by my lovely husband here, edited. And there we do cookery, we do book reviews, we do, our eldest daughter does a great half hour of all the funny stuff that's online everywhere. We have a lovely moment with my dad every week. Teddy Talks, where he tells a story of his lives. At the moment, he's doing a whole series of his movie career, isn't he? It's lovely.
Really nice.
Anything else on the Sunday show?
Book
the dogs.
Book review,
we do
dogs.
we do book reviews. Now, that's usually recorded and edited, but today we are doing a special live at 11 o'clock. So if anyone wants to join the members area, it'd be a great day to join, because we are giving away today a £50 worth of vouchers, of whatever vouchers you want. We just thought everyone's feeling a bit miserable at the moment.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd do a little cheer up.
Now,
there.
the way we'll do that is like we did it for the members live yesterday. It will be a question towards the end of the show, and you will pop the answer underneath the video in the comments, not in the live chat. Okay?
Welcome, Leanne Morris. If anyone joins the members area,
Hey, welcome, Leanne.
You do get a song at the end, a welcome song. So try and stay right to the end, because we'll do you a welcome
But please
song.
explain it's meant to be bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's really bad.
It was really bad. So
I mean,
don't get excited.
Exactly.
The East End boy, what's your opinion on the media scaremongering people? They're now stocking up on petrol. Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So should we talk about hangovers?
Well, I think we should get the boring stuff out of the way, don't you?
What's boring?
Well, not boring, but I mean, it's everywhere. Black Swans. If you look at the title, there's something called Black Swans. And the Telegraph is saying, this is quite a headline, Apocalypse Now? Britain's race against time to fight off multiple black swan events.
Oh, you mean get the miserable stuff out of the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what
This is proper miserable
So
stuff.
with UK disruptions, not just of gas and CO2, but of labour and fuel for supermarkets and factories, experts call for risk register review. And I would go to the Telegraph because it's intriguing. They have a list of the major threats facing the UK.
Right, if anybody doesn't want to hear this, put your fingers in your ears and sing for a bit, and then we'll get something fun after this bit.
So I just wanted to share these phrases with you. I'm not going to unpack them entirely. I know Nadia will say, well, what does that mean? And I'll have to kind of frantically reread it. But
All
look,
right, I won't say what's that.
black swan blindness. This means that if you're a Tory, you don't look ahead. Regressing to the tail. Worse, black swan events regress to the tail, meaning that no matter how extreme a black swan event, and a black swan event is when something goes terribly wrong.
It's
And
rare.
yeah.
It'd be a rare event. I learned that from Mark
Exactly.
yesterday, because a black swan is rare, and it'd be something terrible.
Yeah, and a regressing to the tail is when a black swan event is even more extreme. A more extreme black swan event is going to eventually occur. Now, you know, so they use an example of the Fukushima nuclear power station where apparently it was protected against such a terrible tsunami, but what happened? An even worse tsunami came. So we have a black swan event because we have so many things going wrong in the country. And it's kind of curious that one of the things that I agree with, is it East End Boy who said that the media are whipping up fear? But I also think the media are quite falsely suggesting that 5,000 drivers and 10,000, chicken neck ringers that are being offered visas to come in. Can you believe Brexiteer Conservatives are anti this because it goes against the policy of the Brexit agreement?
And even though we're on our knees because we don't have enough drivers and it's affecting everything, food, fuel, everything.
Now,
so.
we keep getting really annoyed actually here about this idea that people keep saying there isn't a fuel shortage.
We're getting so annoyed about
I'm finding this really frustrating.
Because there's some fuel somewhere, but there are no drivers to drive the fuel to the petrol stations. So there is a fuel shortage for the man on the street. I do think the media whipped this up.
Yeah.
You know, this was something that was leaked out of a meeting, a government meeting, into the media. And the media put it out there, and then they... if you were with us yesterday, I was talking about this social psychologist that we were listening to, and he said, I kind of take umbrage with this being called panic. People have been given information that has been fueled and blown out of all proportion by the media, and people are taking steps to protect their jobs, their ability to get their kids to school, the ability to get to see their elderly parents. People aren't panicking. People have been fed a story by the media that they weren't going to get fuel.
I mean, I very calmly went out yesterday just to find somewhere because
'cause
my
you needed
car has nearly run out of fuel. And that wasn't panic. That was like, let's go and get some petrol.
Because we need to get Kiki to the station
And
and,
there
we
wasn't
need to
any.
get to work.
And there wasn't any petrol to be had, and unless you sat in traffic that ran the risk of running out of petrol. So, in terms of, I get it, orange jams, there is a driver shortage, but how that trickles through to the ordinary person is there's not enough fuel in the petrol stations. So it's a kind of semantics, isn't it? We can't get fuel, or we can't get enough fuel.
And the big companies are, I've had my heart broken quite a few times over the last week listening to actually what a lorry driver's life is like.
Yeah,
and it is shit. Yeah. They are treated so badly paid. I had no idea. It's just a horrible job. And so, Boris is demanding that they get paid more. But, the fat cats are going to have to cream some of their profit off, because what we don't want is that to be now added to food and fuel when people are already on their knees financially. So, they've got to sort it out.
So they're adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. South Trish, care workers were interviewed and couldn't get to people who needed help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the majority of people need their cars to get to work or for their actual work. Listening to cab drivers. So to just blame this on the people, that's what the government want. They want us all turning on each other and going, you're a panicking bastard, you're a panic. Actually, you didn't get the driver problem sorted out, and then this was leaked because your government is so leaky, and then the press. So it's all of you lot actually that have put fear into working people, into daily people's lives. That's what you've done. And people have responded to that fear. So
it's an interesting strategy, and I wonder. I mean, we were listening to Nick Abbott last night, and I wonder.
I love him.
He's
on You Obsession.
Yeah.
Does anyone else listen to him?
And I wonder whether. I mean, he posited the question that the government know this. I think there is a strategy going on with the government where what they do is they bounce back the problem to the people.
Yeah.
They encourage this kind of interfactional kind of fighting where we're all having arguments with each other going, it is panic buying, it isn't
my
panic
neighbour's
buying.
horrible. Yeah, they've gone down there with a jerry can.
When fundamentally the problem sits with governmental policy, surely it has.
Disorganisation. And the thing is that I'm really angry about is this offer to all these people that we said, can you go back to where you came from? We're now going,
come over.
You come over.
Yeah.
Only 5,000 of you.
But then go back to where you come from on Christmas Eve. You'll have to go back to where you come from on Christmas Eve.
I mean, seriously? Does he really think that we're going to be overrun with people coming to want to work with us and get us up off our knees? Because at the moment we're on our knees. Let's face it, we are, and we're going to. I think it's going to get to the point where we're begging HGV drivers.
Well, and also in London, there's a real crisis because there aren't actually enough petrol stations for the number of people and the number of cars. So.
Oh my God! You know what really annoyed me yesterday? This narrative that's coming out now. Wait for this. What do you think of this? That Boris is going to save Christmas by bringing over 10,000 people to kill the poultry, and you think. Well, hang on a minute. It's your bloody fault we haven't got anyone here to deal with the poultry in the first place. So don't make out you're saving Christmas. Because what it does is he thinks we're stupid. He thinks we're stupid.
Someone said the announcement last night about these visas for a total of 15,000 when the haulage organisation of Britain said there were 100,000. There's a lack of 100,000 missing. So just work out the maths. 15,000. It's like someone, I can't remember, some baroness said it's like throwing a thimble of water over a fire, which I thought was brilliant.
I love that from Kate. His track record of saving Christmas has been great.
Really isn't, is it?
Oh, let's have the tea.
Jackie Vellino, I want Nick Abbott's little kind of voice samples, don't you? Where it goes, and all that kind of stuff.
If you have not checked out Nick Abbott on LBC, honestly, we regret that we didn't know him before because he's just fantastic. Hello, Emma B. Nice to see you. Guys, if you're enjoying your time with us, can you hit the like button just under our bodies?
Okay, so that's apocalypse off. We're off the apocalypse. So we're on the cusp of an apocalypse. But let's put that behind us. It's like when someone rang in to Nick Abbott again and said, they're all worried in the Canary Islands that this volcano, which seems to be erupting more strongly than volcanists, are they called volcanists, predicted, he made the point that there are a whole string of volcanoes on these islands. So you do wonder whether if one goes off, are they all going to go off? Now, anyway, they've closed the airport on La Palma. Because of the ash. I don't know if you remember the Icelandic, volcano called Fleshlingen. I can't remember it, but I've got a thing in there that says it. That prevented all flights over Europe. Do you remember that? That was quite dramatic.
What? We've got a witty crowd here today, Deborah. So much for an oven-ready Brexit. Might not be able to get an oven ready for Turkey.
I like your little phraseology there. What do you? I just wanted to ask people, what do you think of volcanoes? Because I've stood on the
I don't like them.
I've stood on the crater edge of 2 volcanoes.
He looked in.
I've looked in. I've looked in at the belly of the Earth, the inner sanctum of our planet. Well, not really. I just saw a lot of blobby, bubbly stuff. One in Indonesia and one in
I'm going to ask
Costa
a really
Rica.
stupid question now, so forgive me.
Yeah.
Does every country have volcanoes?
No, but lots of countries have dead, inactive volcanoes. Wherever
But
there's
not all land has a
no,
volcano.
more often than not, wherever there's an edge between tectonic plates, there's both, earthquakes, because they do that, but also they do that. And in doing that, they open up little fissures down into the magma that then comes up.
I love you.
So
You just...
What?
You're so clever. You
That's
remember
not
all
clever.
the things you
Everyone
learned.
here knows
You
that.
remember all the things you learnt at school.
Emma Carter
don't you?
says, I don't think I'd like to look in a volcano.
You
There-
remember,
there
you
is-
remember all your little bits that you learnt. Then,
Amy May, they're usually along tectonic plates, exactly. Now, I have to say, I did get a bit nervous when we were at the top of the volcano, because whilst we were there, it spat a bit out, and it went like this. We watched it go, and our guide in Indonesia said, if that landed on you, you'd be burnt through.
Oh, well, when we were in Iceland, which I loved, it's just the earth just bubbles underneath you. I can't explain what it's like. Not like move.
It's a little bit like when you fart in the bed, isn't
and
it?
then suddenly geezers just fly up. Hot
A little
geezers.
bit like you last night,
Mark,
darling.
shut up.
Reese Roberts, Mark, you looked into the Eye of Sauron. Yeah, I did. And I looked into a volcano.
Thank you, Sharaloo didn't know that.
And the gas kills. I mean, that's one of the things people got, in Pompeii, lots of people were dead before they got covered in the lava and petrified.
Have we got anything a bit more cheery?
Petrification. Did you know petrification? Petrified is to be turned to stone.
Yeah, we
Did you know that? Yeah.
Even I knew that.
Okay, this is a great story. Well, it's not a great story. It's an awful story.
Oh, God. Well, can we not have it then? It's Sunday.
No, but we're kind of, it makes us feel like, thank God we haven't got that happening to us. Now, in Ayrshire, on a busy Ayrshire route, people woke up to their houses cracking and moving.
Oh, no.
Yeah, a sinkhole has emerged, and literally, this is the sinkhole in the road. So
Well,
obviously,
it's not that big.
no,
is it?
but that's not the problem. Obviously, got the wrong story up. But yeah, the big story is that. Let me just find it on here. It was, excuse me. Residents flee homes in middle of the night as properties begin to crack and sink. Cracks began appearing in the walls. I mean, what would you
How
do if
terrifying.
you woke up to find your house moving?
Run out as fast as I could.
Yeah. Amy May, you said that, and I looked around my room like, there are cracks. Oh, not my house. Oh, not my house. Families had to flee their collapsing homes in terror. Now, they think that these houses, and this is what annoys me, were built on empty mine shafts. Why would you do that?
Oh, so they're not safe.
So they're not safe in the first place.
Nicola Yakub is driving all around trying to find petrol.
It's,
Grab my phone and run, says Brenda. Yeah, we'd all grab our phone.
yeah. So anyway, it's one of our worst nightmares, isn't it? A sinkhole. Well, our hearts go out to the people of
Yeah, just
Ayrshire.
awful. So,
Ayrshire.
so the house is still standing at the moment, but they
No. One of them's roof fell in. Another one's back of the
God.
house went down. I mean, just awful. It's a little bit like those houses that are on the Norfolk-Suffolk coast that are just slipping into the sea. Pippa Bailey.
Somebody just said, are
Stay
there
in
any
bed under the
sparks
duvet.
of joy?
Sparks of joy. Magic mushrooms.
Lynn Telford, welcome. Right, we'll stay till the end and we'll sing you a song.
Magic mushrooms.
We'll sing you
Has
a
anyone
song.
here ever had magic mushrooms? Simple question. You're not going to compromise yourself. No one's going to judge you. Has anyone here had magic mushrooms?
Wow, that was... Oh, Emma had a
Oh,
small
Charlene.
quake in Birmingham.
Charlene, yes. Oh, look, Michelle Main, yes. Jean McVicker, yes. Sadly not. What
What
fun,
fun.
though. Keely Windle. What kind of mushrooms? It's a good question. When I was at Holland Park, we used to go running into Kensington Gardens where they would grow freely. And sometimes you'd see, the royalty wandering around picking mushrooms. No, you wouldn't.
They're very dangerous, like everything though, because like if you just don't know what sort of brain you've got.
No.
So if you've got the sort of brain that could be cracked and you don't come back. I was hearing a story the other day of somebody that just had that bit too much of magic mushrooms.
Well, it's like any
and
hallucinogenic,
and
isn't
like
it?
for years since, They have disassociation like all the time. Can you imagine that? They're like not in the room. They're not in the room. They're not. I think that must be just absolutely horrendous.
I mean, a huge amount of anything. I mean, they are hallucinogens, but again, as with most things, they are being harnessed by the medical establishment there's a psychedelics renaissance, as new wave of research puts hallucinogenics forward to treat mental health.
Well, you know what? We do really need a change in mental health medicine, don't we?
I think so.
Remember for 3 months. Paul Lim 2112. Don't forget to join the No Name Sunday show today at 11.
So there's sort of lots of kind of examples here of people with post-traumatic stress disorder going on to antidepressants, undergoing psychotherapy with no success. But when he had ayahuasca tea, which contains psychoactive compounds, it started to help with his depression. And I think, it's things, for example, things like ecstasy and MDMA were originally devised to help couples. Bizarrely, it was
couples counselling.
Yeah, in California, it was a legal drug for a while.
I think it still is, isn't it? Within
I don't know if it still is
because it allows empathy. So with a relationship that might be just completely badunk, it can bring back those.
So there are all sorts of successful US studies obviously in America, of the drug in patients with anxiety and depression associated with life-threatening cancer. So imagine being able to, end of life, pick someone up. And as you say, Ellen, used with supervision and respected, they will hopefully help many people.
Exactly. It's got to be with supervision, though, because it's very dodgy to muck about with it yourself.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, isn't the planet astonishing?
It's so
that it creates these things.
But this is why it's so sad, Mark, that the forests are being burnt down. There's so much medicine out there that we don't know about yet. Mother Nature created everything for us.
It's only me. I watched a documentary on the BBC about this last year. They took it in a controlled place and were guided through by a professional. Yeah,
I'd
absolutely.
like to watch that.
Yeah. Natural
Hi, Joanna
medicine.
Clements. Welcome, 3-month member. Hello.
Now, it's Sunday, isn't it? It's Sunday. A day of prayer. Or did it used to be? Have you ever meaningfully prayed?
I think
prayed?
when I
pray?
now when I meditate, I'm praying.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is my prayer because...
It's a form of prayer.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually thinking that I might start, next time I go past a church, I might just go in and do what I do when I meditate, but in a church.
Yeah, I mean...
Because actually when I do the meditation now without a book, because I used to do meditation, it's been a long journey with me in meditation, but I used to always have to have somebody saying something to me to meditate. But now through the Ruby Wax book that I've been using, it's meditation just using my own self, my own body and removing my thoughts to the outside world kind of thing. That's what I do, mindfulness. And I think I'd love to do that in a church.
Yeah, Charlie meditated before this. Someone mentioned, 9 Perfect Strangers is a little bit about microdotting, isn't it? Microdotting is about giving a tiny amount of hallucinogenics.
We need to watch the next episode.
And also, the thing about those microdots, I mean, it doesn't really connect to prayer, but I do think prayer, when done properly, can take you slightly out of yourself, and it is a form of meditation. I mean, I remember praying at school. Do you remember saying the Lord's Prayer? I never understood anything apart from the bread.
Well, I went to religious school, so I always prayed,
primary school we did.
Give us this day our daily bread.
I really made me hungry.
I used to say it every day.
Did it make you hungry?
I always wanted bread.
I did. I wanted a sandwich as soon
I
as I
am
said
a carb addict.
Give us
Somebody
our
just
daily
said
bread.
there, any tips on how to start yoga? I really cannot recommend it highly enough. My yoga teacher, Rachel Spain Yoga on Instagram. And because she's the only yoga teacher I've ever had that goes right from the very beginning. So you're not immediately into really difficult things. So Rachel Spain Yoga. And quite a few of our followers here now have lessons with her. It's so nice,
That's so nice. Reese Roberts, I grew up going to church on a Sunday, so nowadays being spiritual, and I still have that sense of gratitude and meditative energy.
Oh, I love that, Reese.
Yeah, I think if you can get praying away from the idea of organised religion.
Exactly.
And it becomes a sort of self-awareness, self-recovery.
For me, it's trying to get away from my ego.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do when I do meditation, because I have a huge ego running alongside low self-esteem, and like so many of us, and that tug is what is all the bad stuff about my character is that tug, is the ego, and then so meditation helps you deal with that, I think.
Zara, I pray every day with intention. I'm not Christian.
Yeah.
Pippa Bailey, I think praying as a form of self-help.
Yeah, I do, Pippa.
There is a story attached to this, and it's an interesting one. Young people are more likely to pray than over 55s. Young people in the UK
Oh,
are
how
twice as
interesting.
likely as older people to pray regularly.
Do they mean because of meditation? I mean, there
No,
is a...
they mean because increasing numbers of minority religions are coming over, or as the demographics of the country changes. And apparently, in other religions, other faiths, younger people are far more actively involved with those faiths. So of course, it sort of knocks up the balance. It is possible, says the study, that the pandemic opened up more avenues to prayer to young people. And
Oh,
this is
how
reflected in
lovely.
the findings.
Oh, that's so lovely.
It is quite nice.
And
isn't
when
it?
we know that so many young people are struggling with their mental health, well, everybody is.
Yeah.
I think we need to do two things for young people. Kiki being back at school, there's one 45-minute session of movement in a week.
It's quite something, isn't it?
It's nothing. So if they could get them to move more and some kind of meditation, we would not have the tsunami that we have at the moment with mental health, I'm telling you.
I'm being strict on the timings here because we have
Because
a
I've got
live
to
show
go
to
into
do.
the live
And,
show.
yeah, anyway, the main event, Hangovers. Tell us
That's
about-
what I mean, you've left it till the end when I needed now to go and
No,
get
we're
everything
5
ready.
minutes ahead. We're 5 minutes ahead. So come on, tell us about
What's your
hangovers.
worst hangover you've ever had?
I've had so many.
Think of a bad one.
Well, I mean, they're almost unpublishable.
Okay, I remember
Waking up in a prison cell.
Oh yeah, what was your hangover like
That was
then?
awful. On every conceivable level.
What did you feel like?
A fool. A fool. I mean, that
Must
was the
have felt
start. That was
so
the start of me.
devastated.
That was the first final step. That was one of the final steps towards me getting sober. But yeah, that was I think that was probably my worst.
Joyce, Stevie's niece, 16 today. Can we write that down?
Sorry?
Joyce, niece, Stevie, 16. It's birthday. Christmas office party back in the 20s. I have only had 2 hangovers ever though, says Nicola Randall. Oh my God, I regret all my hangovers because when you've got a hangover, you've done your body damage. There's no two ways about it. I remember once
didn't you
having
have-
such a bad hangover. Oh, it was so awful. Dina came round. And my sister Dina lives next door and she's a bit of a witchy poo, so she's always got loads of
Brews.
remedies for you, for anything that you've got. And she came over and I was literally shaking. I've got to go to work in like an hour and I just can't function and I was crying. I felt so ill. So she gave me homeopathic remedies. She made me this ginger tea. She gave me remedies for my liver. And then I was so desperate. She got a brush, a pure bristle brush, and she brushed my whole body to get rid of toxins.
Quite early
And
on
then
when I
ran
met
me a
Nadia, I thought
bath
I'd ended
with
a family
loads
of
and
nutters.
And then ran me a bath with loads and loads of aromatherapy oils. I felt no better by the end of it.
Mandy Arthur, the fear of not remembering. I remember, I mean, obviously when I was
Beer
drinking
fear.
Yeah, well, hang on, text fear. I was a great drunken
Oh, you
texter.
were annoying.
Awful.
You were a phoner. You weren't
Awful.
a texter.
I was a
Oh, here we go.
phoner. I'd sing. I'd embarrass my... Thank God there weren't photos that you could take on your mobile phones. That would have just been a disaster. Lucy Kitson, I mean, the problem is so many hangovers came off the back of blackout. So,
Lucy Kitson, hate blackout. I don't actually black out that much.
yeah.
I never like total blackout. I have bits of the night that I can't remember, but I've never had a total blackout.
Yeah.
But
Bloody hell, Stuart
My
G.
thing
Hang
now-
on, Stuart G. I broke my leg in 2 places 12 years ago on Sambuca.
oh no.
Oh, I got put into hospital and they pumped me with painkillers and I never had a hangover result.
That's terrible.
What's a good
Do any of you watch Below Deck? Because last couple of weeks ago, that guy, when he fell over and he bruised his leg, oh my God, it's the most awful fall, wasn't it, getting out of the hot tub?
Oh my
He was
God.
all revved up, he thought he
Oh
was
my
going to have
God.
sex, and he steps out of the hot tub and just like misses the
I related
step,
to that a lot.
smashes down. Oh my God, it was so
I think we need to
One bad hang was our first date when you turned up with a practically broken nose.
Yeah, I'd been to a party the night
And was
before.
sat there with dark glasses on like
And,
an idiot.
basically a huge scab across my nose. We have
my-
a lot of welcomes
Right,
to
we
do.
better do that because I've got to go and get ready
Yeah.
for the No Name Sunday.
So Nadia,
Hit the like button. Guys, we're not even at 200 likes underneath here. Can you hit the like button just underneath me if you've had a nice time with us? Thank you. We're going to sing happy birthdays now and we're going to sing welcome songs. So,
Leanne Morris, welcome.
welcome Leanne Morris. Welcome, Leanne Morris. Welcome, Leanne
theme to this,
Morris,
isn't there?
to the family guest area. Don't forget the live show at 11 o'clock today, and we are giving away to one lucky winner £50 worth of vouchers of their choice. So if you want to join the members area, today is the day to do it, guys.
Lynn Telford,
Lynn
Lynn
Telford,
Telford, welcome to the family guest area.
Lynn Telford.
Use it as a ringtone. Gemma circa 1980, Gemma circa
No, I don't want to do that.
1980, Gemma circa 1980, Gemma circa 1980, Gemma circa 1980.
To the family guest area. I wanted to do a prayer. What's her name?
Joyce, well, you got another one. Joyce. Oh no, that's
No,
a
I want
birthday.
to do Gemma again. Gemma, welcome.
Anya
From the praying.
Anya McAnellen. Beautiful name.
Anya McAnellen. Anya Megan. It's not Anya, it's Amy.
Anya, A-I-N-N-E.
Anya?
I presume it's Anya.
That's not how you say it.
I bet it's Irish.
Anya.
A-I-N-N-E. Is it Anya?
Anya McAnellen.
Or
Anya McAnellen. Anya McAnellen. Ellen McAnellen.
Alan?
McAnellen.
You said Alan.
McAnellen.
You said Alan.
Right, we'll start this
Right,
again.
Anya.
Anya McAnellen. Anya McAnellen. Anya McAnellen. Anya McAnellen. Welcome to the family guest area.
Okay, 3 happy birthdays. Joyce's niece.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Don't have a
birthday
name.
to you. Happy birthday, Joyce's
Joyce's
niece,
niece who's 16.
Happy birthday to you.
Karen Fortune, 51 today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen.
Fortune.
Happy birthday to you.
And Mayboo's 23-year-old Harry.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Harry. Happy birthday to you. And just a quick reminder, guys, don't forget in the family guest area, you've got until 4:30 today to enter the digital tombola to win a personalised video from Mark and I.
Comments
So
beneath
it can be
the members live.
So you go to the members live and put your answer underneath the members live in the members area, and you will be in with a chance of winning a personalised video from me and Mark. Could be for you or any of your friends or anything.
Head over there quickly because I'm going to sing to Sophia. It's her birthday too.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sophia.
And you have the most astonishing knowledge of films.
Happy birthday to you. Wait. Ellie, big hug. Ellie's got really bad anxiety
sweetie.
today. Big
Everyone
love.
send Ellie a hug.
Send Ellie a hug.
Guys, we're going to
We'll
move
see you
over
at
there.
11.
Bye. I'm popping
Bye.
up the